And what did they say? It 16 years old, you knew the whole shots by heart. 16 years old.
It's unbelievable.
Very young.
Is this Baruch Hashem? You? Yes. Which one is it? Okay.
The whole week we live in the room of him.
That's right. This week we're living with Avraham Avinu. What does I? Okay. Vayal Vayipol Avraham Apona Vedaber Ito Elokim Leimer. Ani hine brisi itoch vayisal Avamon Goy. V'lo yikore Shimcha Avram v'ho Yishimcha Avraham ki Avamon Goy Nisatira. Later it says also about Sarah that they changed the name. Chazal say that the Abisha said that Avram and Sarai they will not have children, but Avraham and Sarah will have children. So they changed their name and they changed their Muslim and they have children.
Amen.
Rashi, Kava, my going.
Which oath is by a woman, which oath is by a son?
Which one?
Hey.
No, there's Sarah. They took away the Yud. They took away the
I would
Yud.
say the change in the word hey.
Right.
Hey.
The hey.
Hey.
One of the Mefarshim say, I mean, this is the one in the Medrash, that what David did, he took away the Yud from Sarah, and he split it into two hays. One hay he gave to Abraham, and one to her.
So whole Yud
Turned into two hay at half. Yeah. Rashi says, "Gava Mongoyim Loshen Trikin Shel Shmoy." This is Havmoin Goyim is Avram. It's Netrikin. Netrikin because Av Ram. So you have so Av, and you take out the Reish, and Hey Mem is Hamoin Goyim. How is Hey Mem Hamoin Goyim? There's two ways. The Pashas because Hamoin Hey Mem. In a lot of the Gis and Rashi, there doesn't even say the word Goyim because the Av Hamoin, because there's nothing in the word of Abraham that says Hamoin Goyim. Just Hey Mem. Av Hum. Hum is Hamoin Goyim. The truth is, I was thinking that it's simple. You could answer.
The word Goyim meaning nations, not opposite of Eve.
I was thinking that the truth is maybe, unless it's not really what Hanutrikim is, but Ha Moin Goyim. Yeah. If you take the Hey and the Mem.
Right.
Look at this. Hamoin Goyim.
Right.
Hey Mem. The first letter and the last letter is Hey. Right. So maybe I was thinking that maybe that's the pshat. Hamoin Goyim. So Hey Mem. So that's of Haim. Haim is Hamoin Goyim. Rosh Tevis, Sofa Tevis. But internet, you can learn it one way or the other way. I'm not sure how to learn it. Anyway, bottom line is Rashi continues. Reish. There was a Reish Betchila, which it was Avram. Now it's Avraham. Reish Betchila. Now he's a father to the whole world. So that that didn't change. Why? Also, the Yud of Sorah in the Sinam al Shechina was upset at the Shechina and at Tainus until it was added to Yeshua.
When Moshe Rabbeinu give Yeshua the name?
So many years later.
By the Meraglim. What do you see? You see that he's going to have a problem, so you give him now a booster for later on.
Yes. Well, it's a very simple Rashi. It's a very, very simple Rashi.
You change
right. Yeah, it's interesting. But that's like you said, when he meant Goyim, he meant Av L'chol Olam. But okay. But let's read a few Mefarshim over here. Mizrachi says Yud Shel Sor Nesram Al Hashchina Pirish Af Al Pi Sharei Shel Avram Hoya Misharis Imamem B'Makom Avram Shav Shel Aram, Av, Ram, and the Aleph was used twice. Av, Ram, Av, of Aram. Kedisa v'shli perikama the brachas. Daf Yud Gimel v'perish Rash Lansam in Medinos Shemeres Aram Hoya. Because Avram Avinu came from the country of Aram. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, "Ba'ever Anor Yoshev v'seichem Ma'elam v'Omer al Aram Narayim." That he should go to Aram Narayim, El Yirnocher. So v'achshav shehoya of v'achshav shehoya of l'chol hamoin ha'umas hoy roy lahomer haresh behei l'kroisoi avhom. Now he's a hav of hamoin goyim. As I said, there's two ways of reading it. One way of reading it is avhom. The word hey mem is from the lashon hamoin. Hey mem or hamoin is like I showed you before. Hamoin goyim. The first letter and the last letter is, but whatever. Either way, avhom. Now we have no use of the resh. It means nothing. There's zero meaning. We didn't want the Rebbeinu Shalom didn't want to have so many problems. He already had problems with Yudah Sora. He didn't want to have more problems. Maskala David. Maskal David is one of the very important meforshim on Rashi. Mizrach is Taka the first. It's interesting, if you think about this. A lot of the meforshim on Rashi, the Gedolah meforshim were not were Sfardim. The Mizrahi was, we spoke about this many times, since we have the Mizrahi.
We quote it every Sichos.
We quote all the time, because he was called Rosh HaMeforshim of Rashi. He was the Rav Roshi of Turkey when there was the Giddush of the Jews of Sfarad, and he was instrumental in helping the Jews resettle from Spain in Turkey.
His first name?
Eliyahu Mizrahi. And
not the one that you know.
Not
the number.
Yeah. His name is not really Mizrahi, Alafandri. Although Alafandri is a very choshev name. Alafandri is actually maybe more choshev than Mizrahi.
Alafandri in Turkish is a big man, big.
Right.
Baal Rama.
Right. When they came to Israel, they thought it's a funny name, Alafandri. So they decided to change it to Mizrahi. They didn't realize that Alafandri is really very, very choshev.
It sounds Arabic, Alafandri. Mizrahi sounds more Hebrew.
All right. When they came to Israel, they wanted to they wanted to be Mizrahi. The Maskil of David is Reb David Faradu, who was also Sephardi, and he was for 50 years or something. He was the Rav Roshi in Split. At Split, I was just in the summer. I spent some time in Split, which is on the Adrian Sea. It's in the bottom of Croatia. Split.
That's the name.
The name of the city is called Split.
Like Split the Sea.
Yeah. This is the city I was saying. He has a long tshuva about because the city is all built around the Clichy Palace. It's Adayom. It's you could stay in an Airbnb for
like antique.
It was it was built by the Roman Emperor, the Clichy. So he built a palace, and when he died, the city was built. They thought there was an Eidav. He was very against Eidav. There's a lot of the chuvas and anti-Eidav is from the Maskal of David. Maskal David was not enamored by Eruvin so much, but the Maskal of David was Sephardi. The Maskal of David, the Yidden that lived, you see, from Spain, the whole all these countries. If you take a lot, you go like this. You take a magic marker and you go all the way from Spain and Portugal till Turkey. All the Yidden that ended up in all these countries was Sephardim. In the past 500 years. It's like from here to here. Here's Sfarad, here is Turkey. It's like, they went in
Where's Iraq?
No, Iraq is upper here already.
Because a lot of people from Iraq went to Turkish.
Yeah, but not a lot of Sfardim from Sfarad ended up in Iraq. Because Iraq is not on the way. They went by boat. They went wherever they could go, by land and by boat.
But a lot of Iraqi went to India. And gets married there, and they have kids there from India.
Yeah. That's why you see. I told you. That's why you have the chuvas from the Ben Ish Chai, a lot of chuvas out to India. Here, the bench. So the Maskell of David was a Gon Otzum, and he wrote a lot of chuvas. And he was one of the biggest Meforshim Arashi, Maskell of David. So it's interesting that the biggest Meforshim Arashi, who was Ashkenazi, really Chachmes Farad. Okay.
Rashi was what?
Rashi was Ashkenazi.
No, 900 years ago.
Yeah. And the Maskell of David, there, no, less, like 500 years ago. Maskell of David and the Mizrahi, both about 500.
Time was Arizona.
They didn't live in European countries. They live in Arab countries.
Who?
The
Mizrahi is Turkey, and he was in Split in Croatia. The bottom of Europe. Where Adrian Sea. Split. You see Split over there in the bottom on the bottom? Yeah, sure. Zaklis.
The Jewish live? Chaim Zaklis.
Yeah.
You said 30. Wow.
Yeah, and this is Split is always there's always Eden in Split because
it's a tourist country.
It's gorgeous. It's
people go on the yachts.
Yeah, it's the biggest marine in the world. It's like where I met there a Israeli scientist, a marine scientist, about his research is about the problem is like there's light pollution and air pollution and there's noise pollution from the boats, and it's disturbing a lot of marine life.
Disturbing
aquatic life, and it's only. He says this is the cutting edge. He says a lot of Israeli scientists are going to bring them around the world. Why Israeli scientists? Because the Israelis are either shakop. Whatever is the yesterday science, there's not a lot of budget. There's not a lot of money in it. But the tomorrow science, there's a lot of international money. The big countries.
So that's why they took the Lebanese sailor.
They caught him in the pajamas in the middle of eating his.
The whole operation was 4 minutes. 40 guys.
Unbelievable.
4 minutes.
Walked in.
They went to Syria.
They walked in. He didn't get a chance. Nothing. He was still with it. Huh?
He gave himself stable. Pick up his own. He can do nothing.
Right.
But the operation.
But how they got so close to him?
The operation was ready already 2 months ago. But they were to make sure that we're going to catch him in split of second. And this is what the second.
What? Unbelievable.
2 months they prepared.
Unbelievable.
What operation?
But we have to realize this is Chesed Hashem. This is Chesed Hashem.
It's called.
It's embarrassing for them that a big guy like that was caught like a fish, not like.
Yeah, exactly.
This is like the head of the marine of the whole sea. He was trying to bomb the Israeli gas in the ocean. No, he was a good head, so he know everything. So now that he's alive, they'll make him drugs and he'll talk everything.
Yeah, they're gonna make him sing. Hey,
okay, right.
Yeah. Anyway, the Maskell of David, and the Mizrahi were the 500 years ago were the Gedolah Meforshim Arashi. Anyway, it's interesting. K'av Amoin Goyim, Shav Yud Shel Soda. So the time of the Chosh HaKadosh Baruch Hu Al Harei Shel Avram Shel Tisraim. By the way, the common thing of the Mizrahi and the Maskell of David is that they're always very much pshat. They're really very much trying to understand what exactly. As opposed to
you have to be a
right. No, but like Mashal the Maral Miprag also wrote on Rashi, but the Maral a lot of times is like more the Yenishal Torah Shabbat Rashi, not the pshat Shabbat pshat and Rashi. And the Maskell David and the Mizrahi, they're pshat. Yeah, but time in the Chosh HaKadosh Baruch Hu Arei Shel Avram Shel Tisraim Tefei Ma'heyud Shel Sorei. The Maskell David says, I don't understand. The Raya is a Raya listed. Saying that I have a Raya from Soroi. That she had tainas, and the same thing. If so, but over there, the Eibishter was able to wait for a few hundred years and maybe Matthias or differently. So why over here the Eibishter was, yeah.
He didn't took away anything.
Yeah, why?
He had.
Right. Why over there he took it away and put it? So why? You're telling me it's the same, but it's not the same. It's different. So he says, "High time mishum the kaim ala mailam b'kodesh beimerid." The ilk chimtas ramo so is tzarich l'kopem mokem kodesh tvei. Ubishlam yut shel sora is miyad keomer likim keshet esram hine mokem iti muchen umezum alakove beizet tzadik. V'ike iluya menuk v'leduche. Bram reish da Avram licheshet esram loy mishkachas the odif minei. V'kiven the Lech Leluya also l'shanuya lechetfilu l'kul alma. V'ayim barechaim simen kufnu gimel the halachas of Mailam HaKodesh, in a shul, if you donate something, you pick it up. Now, my kids are the principle of Mailam HaKodesh Re'emerida. So the Rebbe says a nice pshat, very very nice pshat, but it doesn't sound. If you read the Pshut Shemik and Rashi, it doesn't. You don't see it in the words of Rashi. I mean, it's itak. It's a good kasha on Rashi. It's a good kasha. Rashi even Meshana from the Lashon the Gemara. And the Gemara is lav dafka kasha, but Pshat.
Who is mitram on the Ebershter? I don't understand. Like, we're making the Ebershter upset. Oh, okay. So the
Ebershter has to be mafayis. But what?
First they give the name and say this name not going to have a baby. Change the name, you have a baby. Why should be upset?
But what? But yeah. But once you already say there's upset, why is it different that the Ebershter buys soda? He waited a few hundred years and added it for a different tzaddik. Over here, he felt that he couldn't take it away. What's the pshat? You bring a raya, not bring a raya. I'm sorry, not Avram. Avram. Hey, he should take away the reish and put instead a hey. What is you'd miss out Efshim Shim Dasid Litim Shim Shim. That's a very lame answer. I mean, Maskal David at least Maskal David at least gave up an answer. I get knacked the answer. It's a lame answer. But you shloimer shayud hoysi afel l'skaim avo sherei cholkem enos nachetzi l'sor nachetzi l'avram. Aval areish yefshel l'kaim b'shmom mashal. That means the Medrash says this teretz, but the Mashal is working it into Rashi, and it doesn't seem true that that's a pshat. The Mashal is like this: that the Eibusha took the Yud from Sora. A Yud could be Yud. It can be 2 times. Yud is 10. 5 plus 5 is 10. So he split it in half, and he gave Avram 1 hay, and he gave Sora 1 hay. But the Reish, what is he going to do with the Reish? What is he going to do? Make a kuf and a kuf. I'll put a kuf here and a kuf there. It's not going to work. First of all, it's not Rashi, because Rashi didn't say that. It doesn't seem that it doesn't go well in Rashi. It doesn't go in Rashi. It doesn't go. So let's stop it. Let's not read the Maral right now because time is short. So the Nakud of the Rebbe's biur is a very, very nice biur. Shat in Rashi. And then talk about the Chassidus in this. So the Rebbe says like this. There's a few more diukim in Rashi, and one very interesting diuk is they change this from the Gemara. He says, "She'af yud shel sod in the sanam." When we say af, it means even. What do we mean even? Gam yud shel sod in the sanam. What do we mean af? No, when you say af, Lashon Kodesh means really
not only
af, even she. Like, not only he has like a good time. Even she also has a time. It's all the time. No, it's not the same time. Why? So the Rebbe, the Nekuda, the view is like this. That a few Nekudas. Number one, Achlal, in Pshuta Shamikra, there's no raya that every name is an Avu Ktana, and that there's a. How do we see that? Moshe Rashi says in last week's Parsha, Peleg and Yoktan. The father gave him a name, Peleg and Yoktan, Kibyom of Nifl Ga'orad and Yoktan.
Al Shem, because this
the Rashi says that the father was a Novi. So the Rebbe says, and every other father in the Tanakh, no, it was a Novi, no, because according to Pshuta Shamikra, if the father gives him a name, the father could be a Tembel. How do you know that the father is giving giving the right name? So Taka Elamai, the name means Apip Shat. name means nothing. It's not Bechsidis, which are up the Gemara, the mayor. I'm sure that it's okay. You have 10 people that have the name Reuven, and one guy is a tzaddik, one guy is a Rosh. In Pshat, a name means nothing. Oh, as a Yotzim in a cloud. By Aver, it says that he was a Novi, and he taka by him. Peleg and when he said Peleg and Yokton, it was taka, it was a Novi. But it's mashma from Rashi that was an anomaly. It's a Yotzim in a cloud. But usually, Terech gives a name to Avram. A Terech is a Terech. It's doch given a Terech. Yiddish, what to say? A guy is a temple. He says a Terech. Yeah, that's what he says. Kach אומרים ביידיש, a temple אומרים Terech. It's like a mamash אותו דבר. You say, when you want to say a guy, you say Avram Avinu was a tzaddik. What was his father? It was nothing. It's Terech. So when you want to say a guy is a temple, you say Terech. Terech. It's not like bad. It's not like a bad word. It's like temple, So Terech gives his name. We don't.
The more you make the bris and they give the name, and say because will be so, and the father look at him. And then he said, "Well, he said, yeah, Taki, how do you know that I wanted to have one?" Say, if you Terech, cannot be one.
That's cute. That's cute.
Zog the Rebbe that the emes is there's nothing to say that the word Avram al Pitoida has any meaning. It means zero. It means nothing. Now that the Eibishter changed his name, well,
before the race, you couldn't say nothing.
Before it was meant nothing. His father Terech gave him a name, Avram. He liked the name. Why does a guy in China give his name Ching Chang Chung to his son? Because he likes the way it sounds, Ching Chang Chung.
Because the spoon fell from
the
hand.
Why in America there's different names? Like, the founding fathers, the name Abraham, Daniel, Amol in America given was very popular. Why? It's because
they took it from
Tanakh. But
Cholamoed Sukkot in restaurant, a lot of Jews goes. So a Chinese guy come to a Jewish woman. So I love the Jews. He said, why? He said, every minute he said, Kimdo. This is a Chinese name. Kimdo.
Very nice. So the Rebbe for the pshat is Avram means nothing necessarily. But now that the Eibishter changed the name, so now there would have been a time if you take out the resh. Why? Because it could have a meaning. What's the meaning? Because now the Eibishter said it's going to be Avamoin going. With the Reish, the Pshat is it's Av La'arom. With the Hey, it's Av Hamoin going. There's two ways of doing it. One is to take away the Reish. So now it's going to be Hamoin going Malon. Or you could leave the Reish in there. And what's going to happen? Yesh b'chlal masayim mona, ve'en b'chlal mona masayim. What's the big deal? If you say that Avram Avinu is a Av to everyone in Aram, he came from Aram. He came from Aram Narayan. He's the father. And he's the mashpia. Whatever Av means in Pshat, it means that he's the Roish. He's the whatever. He's the Adam Chosher B'Yosef for all the people of Aram.
You take him down by saying only an Aram, not the whole world.
Now that you added and you said the whole world, so he's saying Aram and the whole world. So nish gefährlich. He said Aram and the whole world. So it's nish gefährlich. Shenken basoroi. Soroi means she's a soroli v'loy lachedim. So what do you mean soroli v'loy lachedim? She's a boss on me. She's my boss. She's my boss. She's no one else's boss. She's my boss. You want to know who's my boss? Hine ba'oya. That's where my boss is. So
that's where we know that Sarah was Chabadnik.
Why?
Malachim ask her, where's Sarah?
Ba'oya, exactly.
It was say with Bibi, his wife, when he came out. That's good. Where's your wife? Said by the other.
I don't understand. It says שלושה שותפים לו לאדם. אביו ואמו והקדוש ברוך הוא. It's with the name too, no?
No, according to Pshat, the father gives a name. Again, I know the Gemara says that so this says, based on that Izal, that every ois in the name is a channel. Yeah, we're talking pshat.
We know Al Pi Aloha, if somebody's sick and you give him another
name.
you know,
Okay. But still, it doesn't have to mean anything. So when Haran gives his daughter a name, or Terach gives, it means nothing. Now that the Eibishter is made a meaning to their name, so Demis is Reish could have been taken out. Elamai, because we see that there's a tiny tzedekis that that it'll lose, the Reish is going to lose the schus of being in the name of Avram. So by Avram, where bottom line is that there's not a contradiction. If you're saying Av La'arom, Av L'chol Olam Kula is not a contradiction. It could be a Av La'arom and also Av L'chol Olam Kula. Person could be a king of a city and then become the king of the whole country and then become a king in the country and become king of 10 countries and then the whole world Moed of Kush. So it's not a stira. So therefore, the Eibush didn't want to take away the schools from Reish to be in the word of Avram. Shenkein Sora, where there's a contradiction. Is she Sora Li or she Sora to the whole world? Taka, the Gemara says differently that Sora means not Li. Sora means that Sora Lo Masa, and then she became Sora Lo Chol. If that was a Pshat, Taka Zoy, why can't she be a Sora Lo Masa and then Sora Lo Chol? But Rashi didn't say that. Rashi said Sora is Sora Li
only,
or to me, and then Lo Chol. And these two things, being a Sora to me and to Chol, they don't go together. They don't go together. The Rebbe says, if you want to fetch the grab a finger, you could say now that Avram was Nasal on Kedusha, so then it doesn't make sense that Sora should be Sora Li. The Rebbe says you don't have to go that far. Pashtas when the Rebbe said Korla Shetem Alach Sora Shabbat always stayed and always was and always will be, but still, it's a stira to say Sora Li and Sora L'chol Olam Kula. It's not the same thing. By Avram was an honorary president of Aram. And then he became honorary president of the whole world. But now, if you want to talk about Sora, her this that she's whatever that, and then this that she has a Sora in the whole world. So therefore, it's a stira. Elamai, the Eibishter still took the time of the Yud and Lane gave it. It was a story that later Yeshua Yud Keri Shech Matzas Meraglim. They needed an extra koyach, so the koyach. From Sora, with extra Yud.
We know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu ain't Nivana into everything. So why you give them the name Sarai and Avram and give them a child? Why all this Avram won't go in and all these things?
It's a good question. The Eibishter wanted, it's a good question. We spoke about it a lot of times. The Eibishter wants this world to work in a certain way. Because the world why does it have to be gravity? It could be anti-gravity. So the Eibishter wanted it should be that way. That's the way the Eibishter wants. So the Eibishter wants. Right. So the Eibishter wants it should go.
You don't answer a question of a title.
But that's what the Eibishter wanted. So the Eibishter wanted, but the truth is you're right. The Eibishter could have made, but that's the way the Eibishter wanted.
No, it's not good if you leave it like this. Then all this mefarshim cannot ask questions.
Exactly.
So we learn anymore.
So that's the bottom line. So therefore, Rashi says af, because by Sora it wouldn't make sense. You can't have that you should be Sora Li and Sora L'Kol Olam Kula at the same time simultaneously. It's not short.
Great question, but the Rashi today in Chitas he says that who was Megaya the Goyim and she was doing the women. So to get out of the pattern, it's not like he was the Av and she's not. So she was like like a queen or a king for the women, in other words.
She was a Sora, that's to say. She Sora L'Chol Olam. She became a Sora L'Chol Olam. Vaya Avram Avinu, being honorary king of Aram and the whole world is Nishkastira. But if you're saying she Sora leave Eloi Lachedim, it means leave Eloi Lachedim. Then you're saying Lachedim. So which one is true? So you can't have both. Can't stand not better chasnas. Maybe she took out.
She was give her milk to the baby. The whole goyim bought the babies, and she was again. You see, she is like control of everybody, not just
right. She had a shpor on the whole world. Like you said, Avram was a guy at Anoshim, son of a Geras Noshim. So he's saying that that Avram had a balabatshke in the whole world, and so in a balabatshke. The chat of the Avram's balabatshke. So Aram and Kol Olam Kula is nishkestir. So therefore, it could be Saivu. And that's a pshat where Rashi says, Af Sora. Even Sora, which over there you couldn't have both in the same. We see that the Eibush, that's such an Af. The Eibush was Mafayis. Shenkin here, it wasn't necessary to take it away. Because we can be the pshatim. Yesh makam b'rosh l'shnei tefillin. It means both. Okay. The Rebbe says
one second, Rabbi, there's a pasuk that bothered me too much. When Abraham came to Avimelech, he tells Sarah, I said to you, you're a beautiful woman. Married so many years, you didn't look at her?
It's a different Rashi. It's a different Rashi. It's a good Rashi. But we'll deal with it another time.
Oh, okay.
Okay, summarize. So Avram and Sarah, it's Take, the masculine dove is asking, why is it that over here the Eibishter leaves both letters, and over here the Eibishter doesn't leave both letters? He gives the other letter 500 years later. And what's the Dimion one for the other? So the Dimion is that the Eibishter doesn't want to take away the schus of any ois that's in the name of its topic. But by Sora, it's a contradiction. So it has to be one or the other. So therefore, the Eibishter took away the Yud. By Lamai, in the Sarama, and therefore the Eibishter gave it to Yeshua. Shank Bavram, you can have both. He's a Avla Aram, Avla Cholam Kula. The Rebbe says, what's the pshat in Pnimis? What's the pshat that Loizaz Afaresh Loizazim Em Koima? So the Rebbe says there's a Maimer, and like I said this in this week's Parsha, Likkutei, the first Maimer. The Alter Rebbe says, what's the pshat Avamoin Goyim? The Alter Rebbe says that what's the pshat of Shloishes Talafim Mashal of Shlomo HaMelech? What's the pshat Shloishes Talafim Mashal? We spoke about it a few times. The Dubno Magid, they asked him,
So I'll give you a mashal.
how does he have a good mashal? Everything. He said, I'll give you a mashal. He said a person was in archery and he came to his friend and he sees in his backyard there's these darts, with the circles. Every arrow is mamish in the middle. Wow, how could you do it? Always in the middle? He says, yeah, everyone is fools. They don't know how to do archery. They put the boards with the circles and then they shoot. That's not the way I do. I shoot first, and then I make the circle around it. So the Dubno Magid said that everyone is thinking of a point, and then they're trying to tell a story to illustrate the point. I have a good story, and then I figure out that there should be a toichem that comes out of that story. Obviously, he said it because he was humble, but by Shlomo Melech, Shlosh Shalach Moshel, the Alter Rebbe says it was not Stam a Moshel, that he hit the arrow and then he started making circles. That's 3,000 Moshelins. He was able to bring down a Tifa Inyan 3,000 levels. He could bring it down one level and another level, another level, and another level. And Mamish could bring it down 3,000 steps. So Avram Avinu was Avram. Avram, says the Alter Rebbe, means Av, which is Rum. Rum Venisa. Avram, very high. The Zoya says, Seichel Hanela Mikol Rayon. It was Av, it's Taka Av is din of Chochma, but it was Rum Venisa. He couldn't relate and teach this Chochma to regular people. But the Eibishter gave him the extra Kedusha in the hay to be able to bring it down. So he got a koyach to be Av HaMoin Goyim Nesatich, also the Goyim, the Arlei Leib, the dummy Goyim, the temple Terach Goyim, that also they should be able to have a Soga in the Eibishter. Zog the Rebbe that the kunz is that if the Eibishter took away the original Reish, then the pshat would have been that now Avram could bring down the kedusha shloishes alofim dargis, but it's not the same kedusha the way it is in the highest dargis. It's watered down in a very strong way. Therefore, the Eibishter did not take away the Reish to say there's still the inyan of Avram, that it's still a seichel hanela mikol rayot. Nevertheless, he could bring it down 3,000 dargas. Same. Otazay. And that's the kunz of Avram Avinu. That's the Moedike kunz of Avram Avinu. I think there's a Moedike lesson over here. This is not what the Rebbe is saying as a lesson, but the Moedike lesson is that, the Rebbe says that teaches a Yid that you have to be Ava Moin Goyim. You have to teach the Goyim. You have to teach the people around you.
Nothing to do with Sheva Mitzvah B'nai.
Yeah, sure. You have to make Sheva Mitzvah B'nai. You have to influence the Goyim. The truth is, wherever a Yid turns and make a Kiddush Hashem, that's our job. Wherever you go, Make always a Kiddush
I was
Hashem.
coming from Manhattan. I used to work in Manhattan, in Mendes, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, after to live there. So Schwarzer come dirty and can you give me? I have only $5 in my pocket. So I took it and gave it to him. The guy stood up with maybe 40 people in the train and started saying, "You Jewish people, you have mercy. You are the chosen nation." I was I'm yellow and white. Everybody there and he's screaming. Nobody like the Jews. God gave us the Jews to help everybody. I was the whole time, I mean, it's true, but here's the mouth and it's everything. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I remember that like each second. It was like 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
Because by them, there's no shilling. Even if the guy really has a need, another guy doesn't understand that is not mesugel to take out $5 from his pocket to help another human being. It's not
the
mesugel.
word in Tanya, אין הגוי עושה טובה לחברו, אלא אם כן להתייער בו.
Okay?
להתייער בו.
להתייער בו.
He would not, there's no such concept of favor. No. I'm giving you what you give me back. That's it.
Right.
So where Jews are different.
Right. Make a big Kiddush Hashem. So that's the lesson. And the Vordige lesson over here, I think, is sometimes you think you have to water down. You meet another person, and you think you have to water it down. You don't have to water it down. You don't have to water it down. Then this is a special bracha David should give to Avraham Avinu, that he should be able to take the seichel, which is rom, seichel anelam, rom, and to give him the chidush, that the seichel anelam, the way it is seichel anelam, to bring it down 3,000 levels. So David should often, that we're going into this winter, that we should be able to bring the kedusha of Avram into Av HaMoin Goyim.
It's funny, in the intelligence, in the army, they have one unit, it's called Ram.
Oh, yeah.
They are listening to the enemy, but higher level. Like, I remember we had a firestorm. Every major general in the Egyptian army, from the day he started getting up, we know everything about him, which woman you go to.
Yeah.
What time you go to. I mean, but they call it Ram. This section,
Ram.
I remember now, Ram.
It's
from that,
Mamash, they know everything about this guy.
And it was, in case you be the chief of staff or the head of the country, we have to know everything about it. So they start earlier. And not only that, they have some unit go to the house and to the telephone and connect to the phone. I mean, every conversation that goes there, we know. And a unit that tape everything. Used to be archive. I don't know if you remember the big one with the big tape. I think it was one here. I remember that. Yeah, so I used to go to these places sometimes. Yeah. Hashem was good.
So is Ayatollah Khomeini on the payroll or not on the payroll?
Ayatollah Khomeini, he's already almost ex. If he start with Israel now, I go to the nuclear and I go to him. So they will get him 100%. He's next. And they're going to be any day.
Amen. Not
a Navi, but I'm a Navi.
The bullet already dressed him.
He's dressed him. 100%. You know how much practice they take for that?
Maximum.
They shall help.
You want to text, we're looking for something?
140.
Maybe in Ahmedov.
Did you listen what I said? Really?
No, I asked my wife.
You will enjoy it. Did you listen?
Some of it. I've told me.
Listen to the end. Wow. I don't know who is Benzi, but he speaks so much. He said, like every parak Tehillim you said, it's helping us. Everyone is saying that. I was so inspired with that. I like it to hear. Tell you
I have Rosh Hashanah, the head of Chabad in Israel, his name is Aharonov.
Yeah.
He took Tanya that we're printing with our always said today was his yahrzeit. So today was his yahrzeit. He printed a lot of Tanyas in Lebanon. As a matter of fact, one time when he printed Tanya, he went straight to the airport and he find Professor Bonhoeffer's son going to New York. He said, "Please take it. When you get to JFK, take a taxi to the oil because the Rebbe going to go to the oil." And gave it to Lukinsky, to give the Rebbe in oil. And Rabbi came back from the oil, was bringing it at night, and the Rabbi said, right here on the table is a tiny that green in Beirut. And Rabbi was bringing it. Wow. Right? So they took different tiny that green in Beirut, and he came to his table, and they put it like this, like a light. So you see Rosh Hashanah, Ben Netanyahu, Aharonov, and another shliach, and explained to him what, and there was pictures and all. The next day in Iran, the whole, not only Iran, all Arab countries, they start with our the Stani, the book that the Rosh Hashanah got. It's a like a voodoo power against us. Yeah. They say the Ruchnius from the Tanya is against us.
Yeah. Wow.
I did not know that, but his mamash is like all the Arabs, all countries Arab. The Jewish are fighting voodoo like our Vedazor with the Tanya.
What's his first name? Aharonov?
Yosef Yitzchak.
He had a friend Aharonov, that his father was, and because of the father, I got to the Rebbe, the Yichida, because of Aharonov.
Maybe it's his father. His father lived in Montreal.
He's in Montreal.
Shalom. He was Melamed. He was
it's a
one of the biggest Mechanchim. He has a son, Nissim Aharonov.
Who's coming? My son. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Chicago.
My brother-in-law is in Aharonov. So he went to Lebanon war. He went to Lebanon and print Tanya. The Rebbe said he should print Tanya everywhere.
It's a nice year kind of.
Rashi knew. Rashi knew what
he said
the whole world.
I remember that.
By his Pirush Cheshem.
Gimel Cheshem.